This is the sixth installment on the conversation between Etsko, Schuitema and Armand Kruger on the Caring Growth Leadership Model.
Let me ask you this. Up till recently, the Jack Welches of the world was considered to be the way one should manage, and that is the power person, the influencing guy, the person who could control and do all the kind of leadership stuff. But the literature has been searching for an alternative, because it's like saying the values of the workers changed, and I don't give permission to somebody that dominates me or that controls me. It seems that the Care and Grow model is picking up on this answer, or on the question. So the Care and Grow model is really an answer to the question, well, what's next? If domination and control is not working anymore, is not making the top man successful, we're coming in with a new answer. Your answer is what?
Well, my answer isn't democratic collaborativeness, because the distinction between domination and democratic collaborativeness is inappropriate if you're trying to deal with the issue of intent. It is entirely feasible for you to dominate somebody in their interest, for you to impose autocratic control in that person's interest. And that person may discover over a period of time that, I mean, I once worked in an explosives factory that had very tight controls. In whose interest do you think those controls were there? You know, so the issue isn't that we've got to move from an autocratic to a democratic style, from the kind of classical kind of languages around this, from command to control and control to collaboration. That dichotomy is fallacious, because you can have situations where command and control in that instance is appropriate, and you have other situations where a collaborative spirit is appropriate. The issue is not the autocratic or democratic behavior of the leader. The issue is, what is the leader's intent?
Yeah. Even though it sounds like this is just logic to understand, if one stands back and you analyze it, clearly it's not a single decision a person can take because they now know the information, they have the information. How does Schuitema help people to get to this point of operating from this paradigm, this Schuitema paradigm? What are the kinds of things that Schuitema does to empower people to do this?
Well, so there's, in a sense, three areas of work. The one is looking at hierarchy, in other words, classical leadership work, where you're looking at your relationship with subordinates in a hierarchical context. The second is that we look at, you know, what this means for teams, the sense of collaborativeness in peer groups, which is an independent piece of work. And then we also do work on personal excellence. Well, what does this mean for you existentially? Really, how eloquently can you die? Because that's really what this, you know, at the end of our lives, the exam we faced is called the grave, and it doesn't ask you how much you've accumulated. It asks you how eloquently can you give or lose everything, you know. So it's a deeply personal challenge too, and we do work in all three of those areas. If you're looking at the leadership component, then just one level down from the issue of intent, being in a command relationship to care for and grow somebody explodes into a whole host of implications, from where the leader spends his or her time, from how the leader constructs the idea of accountability for his people, to how the leader actually coaches people. How does the leader cultivate capability? How does the leader hold people accountable? How does the leader reward? How does the leader deal with people who have a victim mindset? How does the leader articulate a vision or an intent for the organization which is worthy people committing and going the extra mile for? So there's a whole myriad of implications, and each one of them are worthy of their own special focus.
Yeah.
But each one of those things only makes sense once the intent idea and the criteria of care and growth have been clarified in the background.